Olama the daughter of thunder. Part 2. Days passed after that strange heavy rain when Ngozi cut a leaf to cover her head. Something inside her began to change. At first, it was small things. She felt tired easily, her body became hot and cold without warning, and she often lost her appetite. Then one morning, as the sun was rising and the cocks were crowing, Ngozi ran out of the house and vomited bitterly by the backyard. Amoka was the first to notice. She laughed wickedly from where she was sweeping the compound. "Maybe it is the cassava you ate last night," Amoka shouted, mocking her. "Or is it that your barren body is finally spoiling?" Ngozi wiped her mouth and said nothing. Her heart was too heavy to answer insults. Obinna, their husband, heard the commotion and came outside. When he saw Ngozi kneeling weakly on the ground, he rushed to her side. "This is serious," Obinna said. "Ngozi, you are going to the hospital today." Without wasting time, Obinna brought out his old motorcycle, helped Ngozi climb, and drove her to the village hospital. At the hospital, after several tests, the young nurse smiled and said, "Madam, congratulations. You are about 2 months pregnant." Ngozi gasped. Tears of joy rolled down her cheeks. It was like a dream. After all the years of being called barren, after all the insults, shame, and sorrow, God had finally answered her prayers. Obinna was shocked too. He was so happy that he lifted Ngozi off the hospital bed and twirled her around gently. He even gave the nurses some money to buy soft drinks to celebrate. When they got home, news traveled through the village like wildfire. Ngozi, the woman they called barren, was pregnant. At first, Amoka refused to believe it. She laughed and said it was a lie cooked by Ngozi to get attention. But as the days went by, she could not deny the truth. Obinna now paid more attention to Ngozi. He brought her special food. He helped her wash her clothes. He even followed her to the backyard when she wanted to sit under the mango tree. Amoka watched all these things with fire burning in her heart. Jealousy and anger consumed her like a dry bush set on fire. She remembered how she used to boast in front of Ngozi. "You are just furniture in this house. I am the real mother of this family. My children are my pride, what do you have?" Now, the same Obinna who used to praise her was now doting on Ngozi. It was like a sharp knife turning in Amoka's heart. She swore bitterly in her mind. "I must do something. I cannot sit and watch this woman take my place. I must deal with her before it is too late." Amoka began moving in secret. She visited a dangerous herbalist woman who lived near the evil forest, planning wickedness in her heart. Far beyond their household, trouble was also growing in Umu's village itself. The people lived under the shadow of a wicked king, King Obikwe. He was a man whose heart was darker than night. He took land from poor farmers. He forced heavy taxes on the market women. He punished anyone who spoke against him without mercy. Some people he threw into prison forever. Others he simply made to disappear. Everyone in Umus feared King Obikwe. Children were warned not to even mention his name carelessly. The king had many wives but only one child, a daughter named Princess Nena. He had no male heir, and it made him angry and bitter. He wanted to rule forever because he had no son to leave the throne for. No one dared to challenge him. Even the village chiefs bowed low before him, speaking only when allowed. One night, something strange happened. King Obikwe had a terrible nightmare. He saw a great storm in the sky. Lightning struck the palace roof, and heavy rain flooded his throne room. In the center of the storm stood a young girl, her face glowing like the morning sun, her eyes burning with the power of the gods. The girl pointed at him and shouted, "Your time is over, evil king." He woke up shouting in fear, sweating from head to toe. Immediately, he sent guards to call his chief spiritual advisor, Dibia Anin, an old man who spoke with spirits and read the signs of the land. When Dibia Anin came, he performed his rituals, throwing cowries on the ground, chanting incantations, and speaking with hidden forces. After a long silence, Dibia Anin looked at the king and said with a heavy voice, "My king, a mighty child is about to be born. The child is sent by the spirits to end your wicked rule. If this child is allowed to live, nothing will save you. You must stop the child before it grows strong." King Obikui's face turned dark like a gathering thundercloud. He tightened his fist and roared, "Find this child. Find the mother. Stop them before it is too late." The drums of evil began to beat quietly across Yumuse. And without knowing it, the life growing inside Ngozi's womb. Olama, the daughter of thunder, was already marked by enemies she had never seen. But the spirits that sent her were not sleeping either. The battle between light and darkness had already begun. Like, comment and share to unlock part 3.